many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today. Yeah.
This is the story of Motown, the music that became the heartbeat of the Civil Rights Movement. The Civil Rights Movement was a mass protest movement against racial discrimination and segregation in the southern United States. Primarily from 1954 to 1968, this effort directly denounced inequality and advocated for the equal rights of all races. Its roots were in over 400 years of African Americans and their ancestors being enslaved in an era of white supremacy. Although slaves were emancipated after the Civil War with the passage of the 14th and 15th Amendments, African Americans continued to experience discrimination in the way they were treated and talked to. This racial group also experienced segregation in primarily southern schools, restaurants, forms of transportation, and much more. During this difficult time, Black artists used music to express and share their thoughts. The pioneer of African American soul music during the Civil Rights Movement was Motown Records. Motown Records was founded on January 12, 1959, by Berry Gordy Jr. as Tamla Records. Gordy had a featherweight boxing career and joined the U.S. Army before creating the hit-producing record label. It was renamed Motown Record Corporation on April 14, 1960, after a combination of motor and town. This has since become a nickname for Detroit, where the original headquarters are located. Motown, often referred to as the sound of young America, flourished in the 1960s. Motown artists like Marvin Gaye, The Supremes, and Stevie Wonder were not only making music, but were also spreading a message of unity, acceptance, and social change. With roots in gospel and rhythm and blues, Motown artists incorporated soulful vocals with lyrics that advocated for a revolutionary movement. This is how Berry Gordy Jr. himself describes the music of Motown Records.
I know that there are more similarities in the world in people than differences. And my goal in Motown was to bring those similarities out in music and love, togetherness, and trust.
One record written, recorded, and produced by Motown Records was Stevie Wonder's Livin' for the City. The lyrics include, "I hope you hear inside my voice of sorrow, and that it motivates you to make a better tomorrow. This place is cruel, nowhere could be much colder. If we don't change, the world will soon be over." These closing words in the song demonstrate the cry of racially marginalized communities and their goal to make the world a more loving and accepting place. Despite the progress made in the Civil Rights Movement through protesters and Motown Records, African Americans face racial injustice to this day. The Black Lives Matter, or BLM movement, was founded in 2013 in response to the acquittal of Trayvon Martin's murderer. Trayvon was a 17-year-old African American who was innocently shot and killed and received no justice. This movement gained farther traction on social media in 2020 following the murder of George Floyd, where millions of users and influential celebrities posted black screens and changed their profile pictures to be all black. Like the Civil Rights Movement, modern artists supported BLM by creating music with lyrics that addressed systemic racism and police brutality. The group Run the Jewels, composed of rappers Killer Mike and EIP, is a great example of this. In 2020, they released the album RTJ4, which commented on the Black Lives Matter movement and racism in today's world. Will Lavin of New Musical Express stated that RTJ4 is protest music for a new generation. They're armed in the uprising with a torrent of spirited rally calls. Another artist who supported and wrote for the movement was rapper Kendrick Lamar. In his song All Right, Lamar raps,
"And we hate po-po, wanna kill us dead in the street for sure. I'm at the preacher's door, my knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright.
We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
This repeated mantra of "we gon' be alright" serves as a reminder of the presence of hope during racial adversity and troublesome upbringings for African Americans. Both the music of Motown Records and modern protests against racism have many similarities. Firstly, they were both sparked and heavily influenced by the movements and culture of the time. Often, the personal experiences of the artists and their observations of the inequalities in society were reflected in their music. These songs would be used as the soundtracks of the movements to gain the support of non-activists and activists alike. For this reason, Motown music appealed to fans of all races and became the top producer of soul music in the world. Motown removed the color barrier and brought black and white people together. The company built an audience wider than any black-owned label before its time had ever found. While Motown built and maintained a diverse audience, not everyone supported this new revolution of music. You may be wondering, how did Motown Records gain so much success during a time of discrimination? Well, in the early 60s, the label hired white salesmen, lawyers, and promoters to become more well-liked. Additionally, in early albums, Motown did not include the faces of black artists to appeal to a larger number of listeners. These decisions were criticized by activists, but in the long run, they paid off for the company. It was a trade-off that contributed to their early success and was necessary for the time. As a well-oiled machine, Motown Records and its artists gained great publicity on the national radio and sold hundreds of millions of vinyl records. Because of this, their music was heard all over the United States and beyond. Its widespread reach allowed non-African Americans to change their judgments on racial biases, intentionally or not. Also, Motown artists performed for integrated audiences and promoted the acceptance of black artists in the music industry. Motown encouraged people to rethink their views on racial segregation and discrimination, whether it be the artists that they listen to or the people that they listen to the music with. Today, the legacy of Motown continues to inspire new generations of artists and activists. Its messages of love, equality, and resilience remain relevant and have continued to contribute to a more accepting society that aims to value all races equally.
There've been times that I thought I could last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come.